Hi everybody, long time no see. I just wanted to do a very quick video to show you Zoe. She used to be called Winifred, but wasn't too keen on the name, and I actually found after calling her Zoe, I started to bond with her a lot more than I was. I had a great difficulty bonding with her when I first got her, but after I took her to see my mum, and after the name change, she slowly started to grow on me after I showed her to my mom, and my mom was like, wow, she's beautiful. Then I changed her name today because I was like, I've got to do something. I originally thought maybe I'd try selling her. I tried to sell her. I actually did a video, my last video, to show a link to my blog that explained a bit why I tried to sell her and what happened during that. But as I was trying to sell her, I started getting harassed by a certain person, and they started to bully me, and they brought to light the fact that I was being bullied behind my back by a group of people whom I'm not sure who they are. I have no idea, but I don't care to know. I told my mum about it, and I told my partner about it, and mum said, the simple fact is, do you want to be part of that community? No, you don't. I don't want to be part of that community. I want to be part of the reborn community that is welcome, that is open to honesty and criticism, and that take things realistically. I don't want to live in La La Land where I'm not allowed to critique the piece of artwork I've just bought, and where I'm not allowed to speak out about the way I've been treated by certain people. If you're going to run a business and make up lies and falsehoods about your customer to your customer, which was my experience, be prepared to be called out, because I will do. And I know some people I watch on YouTube in the Reborn community do the same. They will do the same. And that's another thing I had to think about after my experience with the bullying was, I have seen and heard of and witnessed other people being treated the way I was in the community, where they were abused. I mean, let's face it, we're in the adult world. There's a point where bullying just turns into plain abuse, and that's a fact. You've got to be realistic. Sometimes the way people treat each other is illegal. Cyberbullying is illegal, and if you partake in it, I don't want anything to do with you. So I just sort of thought, I'm not the only person. I'm not a hypochondriac. I haven't overreacted. I've never lied to anybody. I've made successful sales in the past from used dolls of mine. Far less quality dolls of mine have been bought, and people have been very happy with them, very happy with what I've sent them home with. And on that note, I'm no longer selling Faith, because when I get confident enough, I'm actually going to maybe remove a few things I don't like on her and change them, because I started reborning. I started reborning on my doll Pepper, whose paint started to come off. I thought, well, I didn't receive the refund I was meant to from that artist, and I thought, do I want to keep being bullshitted? Do I want to keep being dragged along? No. Whatever, it's my doll now. I paid for it almost a year ago. It's not really that much of a loss. So I stripped her, started to paint her. She was looking so beautiful, but I wanted to try an ethnic skin tone. I did on the limbs, but not the head. And I tried to take the paint off just so I could restart and do everything together on the same skin tone at the same time. But the paints I'm using are impeccable quality, so amazing to work with. And they actually stained the vinyl. So not only wouldn't they come off with like paint removers and things like that, the vinyl was actually stained. And I wasn't confident that I would be able to color match the head to the limbs. So I just scrapped that body, and I was fine with doing that. And I tried the same thing with Lily Liam. I did that. But Lily Liam was painted so badly. Like, I don't just mean the paint job itself, like the way he looked, but the amount. Like, there weren't thin delicate layers. They were just, the paint was caked on. And so by the time I had actually finished removing it, the vinyl had been so damaged by the paint remover that I had been using. Acetone-free nail polish remover is what I was using, and it works perfectly. It worked great on Pepper. It worked great on Lily Liam. The only issue was I had to use so much of it for such a prolonged period of time. The kit wasn't shiny or anything like that, but it had permeated the vinyl to a point where the paint wasn't actually adhering to the vinyl. It was just as if I was pouring water onto the vinyl. It wasn't like paint at all. So word of warning, if you're stripping a doll and you find there's just too much paint, stop straight away and use very, very fine sandpaper to get the first few layers off, because that is your best bet to save your vinyl kit. And again, with that doll, while I've only had that doll recently, I thought, not worth getting upset about. It's a cheap kit. Well, it's not cheap for me. It's cheap if I was in America. But, you know, I can find the kit again if I want. But as I found out, I don't really want that kit again. I've got 3 kits in mind. One for the body that I ordered for Pepper, and I'm not going to get the same kit. It's a different kit. And that's about a 3 to 6 month size baby. I won't let you know who it is. I'm also going to make myself a toddler, and that I will tell you who that is. That is the Tatiana kit by Reva Chic. I've loved her since the beginning. Everyone likes the Ariana kit, but I find the Ariana kit, she looks like a bit of a psychopathic murderer. Just there's something about her face. She just looks dead in the eyes. I'm not sure if I've offended anyone with that, but that's just my personal opinion on that doll kit. So I much prefer the Tatiana, and I just think she's beautiful. So I'm going to be doing her and the other one next month. Or probably just her. I'll probably leave the smaller baby till another time. But I am going to get 2 kits next month, and the other one is by Eliza or Elisa Marks, and that is the Julian. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't have the name in front of me, but it's the one that also has the vinyl torso, because while that won't be cuddly, I can dress him in whatever the heck I want, which is a really big plus for me, because while this bubba has full limbs, there's always the issue of the neck. And I just like to have a baby where I could just have a scoop on the neck, or, you know, just have it in a singlet and it look cute. And another thing I've done today, and if you follow me on Instagram, I'll put my handle down below if you're a big Instagrammer. I posted a picture today of me doing Little Miss some pacifiers. These are all dry, so I can try them on her. They've got about 24 hours to cure, but they're dry as in the glue won't go on her. So I've magnetized this one for her. It's a Nuck, but it's one of their newborn specific ones. They're not overly curved. And I've just put a little bit of a singlet on the back to protect her. And there's that one. And there's a blue version of this where I've actually got a really strong magnet in there. I actually used some drill bits to drill holes in them to fit the magnets in. There. So this one is actually really strong. Very hard to move around. And then there's these. Oops, sorry, went straight off her. This one, it's another Nuck. And then these ones that I've had for ages, I bought them to Faith, but they never fit on her. So, whoops, did this one. Now, I wasn't too sure if that one would fit, but it doesn't actually look too bad on her. So I'm quite happy with that. There's a pink version I can do as well. And this one's been magnetized for a while, and I just want to show you guys how I've done some of these. I bought some long magnets that I was going to use for Faith because her mouth is open. I was going to do them so you would insert the magnets into the mouth that were attached to the pacifier. What I've managed to do instead with them is the holes that come underneath most pacifier nipples, I have slid those 2 in there. So they're about, they were 3 mils by 6 mils, so I've drilled a little to make the holes wider, but they're almost flush against that after sliding in. And that's how most of them are. Now, that one hasn't got any cloth on, but I can do that. But yeah, so that's how I've done a lot of them. Bar this one that has a really big, strong magnet. Now, don't let me fool you. This was hard and it was quite difficult, and there's not a perfect circle under there, which is why this has such a big patch of material, because there are some jagged bits and bits that wouldn't go, and the magnet is at a bit of an angle because it's fallen inside this bit. But it works so well. It's so freaking strong. I know you can't tell, but it starts from about 5 centimeters away where I can feel the pull. It's very, very strong, and it can pick up other ones. Let me just, where is it? Oh, I lost it completely there. This is my honeybug one as well. For anyone who hasn't got a honeybug, they're really great. They're so sweet. I love them to bits. Oh, I'm covering the most cute bit. I don't know if it's going to focus because I know this video overall has been quite grainy these last bits. Oh, almost had it there. Oh well. Anyway, guys, I'm going to cut this off because this is going to turn into like an hour-long video. Okay, maybe not an hour, but fairly lengthy. I just wanted to show her off with her beautiful head of hair rooted by Sharon Gregg. Of course, she has been gaining popularity by the look of her Facebook page. I mean, she's so busy, and I actually want to get her to root my toddler with ginger human hair. So once that's done, but thank you for my subscribers who are still subscribed. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the views, all the support, and I just want to say thank you again, and I hope your weekend has been great. Bye, guys.